It's like stepping into a postcard photo. The majestic Sangre de Cristo Mountains stretching for miles through southern Colorado. This is the backdrop for students at Adams State University in Alamosa, Colorado, a town of 10,000 people in the San Luis Valley. More than 3,000 students attend Adams State, founded a century ago and now a recognized Hispanic-serving institution. This is Colorado's most diverse public university. The school says 37% of its students are Hispanic and 40% are the first in their families to go to college. About 1/3 come from low-income families.
So I think for the first-generation students, having a college education really helps them with that social mobility and to help kind of maybe break some of that cycle of, we live in a very impoverished area of not only the state of Colorado, but the entire nation, and to help them see that there is something more, right? Something more that they can do and help their families in the future.
And a college education at Adams State University also offers STEM students something more than the classroom. It allows them to take part in unique hands-on learning experiences in the surrounding community through place-based education. So it's not unusual today to see STEM students heading off campus on an educational trip to conduct scientific research on nearby public land, mountains, and streams.
If there's no light, we can't have photosynthesis happening in the stream, so that could affect our macroinvertebrate communities, right? What macroinvertebrates are present when we actually do our sampling.
Nature is their laboratory thanks to an innovative federal grant.
So we're able to do course-based research as well as place-based research because we applied for a National Science Foundation grant and it was approved, and it's a $1.8 million grant over the period of 5 years. So this kind of innovation and support, federal support, is fundamental.
That one's a little mayfly. This is a black fly here. You see this one right here? It's like almost club-shaped.
The research is called STEM Cures, course-based undergraduate research experiences. One of the project's goals is to engage more undergraduate STEM students in research while they're in their first and second year of college.
What we're doing with course-based research is saying, okay, everybody's going to have the experience of research, no matter what. There's no application process. In your first and second year, we're going to embed it within the course.
The program connects students as research assistants to the rich natural heritage, history, and culture of the San Luis Valley and issues affecting the local community.
It's an aquatic roly-poly, essentially, right? Isopods are actually not insects.
And the National Science Foundation grant for Adams State University helps expand research opportunities like this to rural, smaller, and other colleges that serve significant numbers of students of color.
We realized that we need to diversify our workforce, but also we're missing a whole bunch of population out there who could really contribute to the sciences. And so they're like, we need to get historically black colleges, we need to get Indian colleges, we need to get Hispanic serving institutions, we need to get some funding so that they can also innovate.
Maybe we can start working our way back upstream. There's some places up there.
The STEM research for Adams State focuses on ecology, studying the relationship between living things and their environment. On this day, students are conducting research in a stream near the Rio Grande River to assess the stream's health.
Streams are incredibly important for a lot of reasons. One, we get our drinking water from rivers and streams, so we want our water quality to be relatively high. Two, a big part of what people come to the San Luis Valley to do is outdoor recreation.
Dr. Chris Schwinghammer, assistant biology professor at Adams State, leads the students for this part of the STEM Cures project as they wade in the water for research.
To me, it brings an importance into the learning. I feel like when I'm doing classroom learning, I don't have a personal application for it, and I don't really relate it to myself. I'm just like, okay, this is what I need to know, this is what I need to memorize, and this is what I need to put down on the test. But with place-based learning, you're more able to say, this is important to the San Luis Valley because the water quality is important because people are drinking it.
There is a palpable sense of purpose for some students participating in this course-based research. It is an investment in the community and its natural resources, a sense of place, and a sense of belonging through mutual cooperation. As part of the research, the STEM students have been collecting water samples from streams that are connected to 2 mountain ridges in the valley. One in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, where there is no animal grazing, which means the water could be more unspoiled, and the other in the San Juan Mountains, where there is animal grazing.
There's cattle out there, and the cattle are going to have an impact on the stream, potentially.
So these STEM students are searching the streams to find one key way to test the water quality: macroinvertebrates.
Macroinvertebrates are invertebrates, so animals without backbone, so things like insects and crustaceans and those types of things that are big enough to see with your naked eye.
Pollution in streams can kill more sensitive insects and crustaceans like crayfish, which could be a sign of high pollution or other disturbances.
This is an isopod, right? It looks like a roly-poly, because that's kind of what it is.
I was like, I don't like bugs. But now I'm like, wow, bugs are actually kind of really cool.
Fly larvae are very tolerant to pollution. So what would that suggest about the water quality if we're getting a lot of things that are very tolerant to pollution?
But this place-based education and research doesn't end in a stream.
So you can see his legs, right? And see how he's got that.
The students head to the lab to put their findings under a microscope.
Sometimes mayflies will only have 2 tails. Very rarely they'll only have 2.
It's very uncommon for first-year students to be able to do this kind of research and hands-on learning. So I'm just very grateful I got that opportunity, and it's definitely going to help me in the future with other research projects I might have to work on.
And some students are also discovering things about themselves because of this place-based research that can benefit the community.
Originally, when I came into STEM, I feel like a lot of students are like this. They're like, oh, be a doctor. That's like the only idea you have. But now I'm like, oh, okay, there's a lot of research out there and a lot of things that people learn. And so I'm starting to steer more towards research now after experiencing all these research opportunities.
And Adams State's leadership with its more diverse and inclusive environment prioritizes helping students stay in school and complete their degrees. They provide mentoring for students and educational and supportive gatherings such as Lunch and Learns.
And it's specifically to get more STEM educators in K through 12.
It's another reason the National Science Foundation gave Adams State University the STEM Cures Grant. To help more students stay in college, graduate, and feel a sense of place. Mentoring helps students like Molly Chavez. She is a first-generation college student from an immigrant family who was once discouraged from even trying to study science. Now she's on the path to becoming a biology teacher.
We were told to be more realistic. Whenever I talked about wanting to go into STEM or liking science, I was told you should just be more realistic. Think of careers that, are more reachable. I don't think limitations should be put on anyone because that is very destructive and it can really ruin someone's potential.
You can see that one has legs, right? Mm-hmm. So do worms have legs? No.
But at Adams State, Molly loves science and taking part in the STEM program's research. And she wants to be a biology teacher in San Luis Valley when she graduates, helping other immigrants see and reach their potential as she is already reaching hers.
I did not think I was going to do good my first year, but I actually ended up getting almost all A's in all my classes.
There has been a lot of research that shows that if you can engage students in research fairly early on, particularly for underrepresented students in STEM, as well as some of our first-generation students, they tend to succeed at a higher rate.
Adams State can give you a foot in the door of accomplishing your American dream. If it's becoming a first-generation student to finally getting your degree in anything.
Dr. Benita Brink sees the STEM program boosting the confidence of all students and giving all students a sense of place and a sense of belonging. But when asked about how it has helped Hispanic and other students of color at Adams State, she was overcome with emotion.
You might make me cry. I've been doing this too long. oftentimes when graduation comes around, I see these kids come in as my own kids. I've seen them come in as freshmen and very unsure of themselves, very apprehensive about starting school. And then when you see them graduate, it's just like, you did it. And they go on to bigger and better things.
At Adams State University, the place-based approach connects the school's education and research to the majestic natural landscape and vibrant culture of the surrounding community. Just as important for the success of the STEM Cures program, the belief at Adams State University in the potential, the curiosity, and the knowledge of each student.